Namaste everybody, Irina here. Welcome to this video where we will be working on balancing the energy or prana in the heart center or the fourth chakra within the astral body. So the fourth chakra, known as, well, the Sanskrit name for it is Anahata, also known as the heart center. So it's located in the chest, closer to the heart, hence the heart center, and it is a link and between three lower chakras and three higher chakras. So it's kind of, you can consider it as a link between the spiritual world and materialistic world. So materialistic being represented by three lower chakras, and spiritual by three higher chakras. So what is the energy of that chakra? So the energy is prana, and its element is air, and the color is green. So from the physical point of view, if we're taking the body, what physical organs associated with this chakra? Well, it's the heart, the lungs, and the thymus gland. So when we have a balanced energy in this energy center, then those functions in the body run smoothly. We have a healthy heart, there's no condition with the lungs, and the thymus gland can produce enough cells to protect us from the harmful bacteria, and it's a strong immune system. And from the emotional point of view, well, that chakra, and I'm pointing at my heart, this is the seat of consciousness, and it's to do with unconditional love and the ability to see past the physical representation, past the nature of a subject or object, and expressing and experiencing unconditional love towards all the beings. So it's very briefly that I've described the essence, the concept of that chakra, but please feel free to learn more about reading more material. So that practice is for all levels. So please welcome if you are a beginner, or if you are an advanced practitioner that would like to work with me for balancing and opening the heart center. Okay, so I invite you to take a cross-legged seated position. It could be an easy posture where you're just crossing the legs and bringing your back into upright position, rolling the shoulders slightly back, keeping the chest open. Relax through the facial muscles. Settle into the pose. Arrive to the mat not only with the physical body, but with your essence, with your presence. Notice the sensations in the body. Notice any feelings without bringing the concepts and naming and labeling those feelings or physical sensations, just observing. Your breathing becomes deeper. The inhalations and exhalations are prolonged. And we're trying to make them as equal as possible. I would recommend to inhale for the count of 4 and count it mentally. And exhale for the count of 4. Notice the space between your breaths. Notice the sounds in the space. And the sounds that are distance away from this space. In the next inhale, we're going to open the gaze and we're going to bring the arms up. Bring the palms down together, and on the exhale, bring the arms down. Left hand goes onto the floor, onto the mat, and right goes up into the sky. And we're taking a side stretch, keeping your chest open, and then changing the sides. So we're taking a lateral side stretch. We're trying to bring the bottom part of the body to be static, so trying not to lift the left knee even if it wants to lift. And let's go into another side. At this time, maybe increasing slightly that stretch that comes from the waist up, and keep bringing your right knee to the floor, so avoid lifting it. And the other side. You can look up, back into the center. Let's get into the Anahata or the puppy pose. And so bringing yourself into the all four, and from here you're going to be walking your hands forward, keeping your sit bones where they are. So you're creating that 90-degree angle and extending your arms and bringing the chest closer to the floor and bringing either the forehead or you can tuck the chin. Entirely up to you here. Taking your options. And notice the sensations in the upper body, in the underarms, upper arms. Naturally, the belly wants to go in, so there will be a vacuum created in the tummy. But it doesn't mean that you stop breathing, so you keep breath going, deep abdominal breathing, but keep contracting the navel slightly and keep squeezing the perineum. And gently coming into the all four and straight away dropping the elbows to the floor, interlacing the fingers, tucking the toes. We're going to lift the knees off the floor and we're going to start pressing into the forearms and pedaling through the feet. So warming up the ankles, noticing the sensation in the hamstrings. And keep pressing with the forearms into the mat. And dropping the knees. Extending your arms, lifting the knees and transitioning into the down dog. If you still want that movement into the ankles, then keep pedaling through the feet. If you're finding that, okay, I'm ready for the down dog, then coming into full variation of Adho Mukha Svanasana. And then walking the feet forward, leaving some space in front of the mat. Big toes to touch, heels apart, relax the upper body, keeping the knees really soft here and hang there. So allow the weight of the body to drop forward. Inhale, let's halfway lift with the chest, bringing the tips of the fingers to press into the mat, or you can position them on the shins. You can gaze forward, and on the exhale you can hug the shins, the ankles, rounding through the back. Inhale once again, lifting halfway through, ensuring that the shoulders are rolling back, so you are bringing them away from the ears, and on the exhale, rounding. And very gently bringing yourself into the upright standing position. Okay. So finding your Tadasana. We're going to bring the arms behind. On the inhale, let's open through the chest and let's outside rotate the shoulders, look up. On the exhale, we're going to fold forward and simultaneously bring the arms up and away from the body. We're going to drop the hands to the floor, step back with your right foot, bringing the right knee to the floor. Inhale, interlace the fingers, open up through the chest and look up. Few breaths here. Okay, let's drop the hands, step back into the down dog. From the down dog, knees, chest, keeping the sit bones quite high, chin, and into Bhujangasana, the cobra. So back bend, elbows bent, and elbows tucked to the body. Looking up or looking forward, tuck the toes, down dog. Right foot forward, left knee to the floor. Inhale, interlacing the fingers, Anjaneyasana, stretching through the throat, looking up. Plant your hands, step forward, exhale here, round through the back. And inhale all the way halfway actually. Exhale, fold. Arms behind and arms up and away. Release the hands to the floor. Left foot back, left knee to the floor. Inhale. Anjaneyasana, and interlacing the fingers behind yourself, looking up. Release the hands to the floor. Step back into the down dog. From the down dog, drop the knees, the chest, the chin, and glide up, cobra. Tuck the toes into the down dog. Left foot forward this time. Right knee to the floor. Place the fingers behind you, roll the shoulders back, sink into the hips, and look up. Release the hands to the floor, step forward, exhale round. Inhale, bring the arms behind you, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Drop the hands down, right foot back, right knee to the floor. Inhale, Anjaneyasana with your arms clasped behind you. Bringing your hands down, lift the back knee off the floor, walk towards the right side, drop the knee to the floor, Bring the hands behind you. Inhale. And have a few breaths here by opening the chest, bringing the shoulders outside, rotating. Then dropping your hands down, lifting the back knee off the floor, walking towards the left side or the front of the mat, planting your hands, stepping back into the Adho Mukha Svanasana. Drop the knees, drag the chest, the chin. Inhale, cobra. Tug the toes into the down dog. Right foot forward, left knee to the floor. Arms behind you. Sink and simultaneously open up through the chest, stretch the throat. Ooh. Just mindful of the balance. You can close the gaze or you can look up. Release your hands. Lift the back knee off the floor. Walk towards the left side. Drop the knee to the floor. Bring the hands behind you. Inhale. Open through the chest. And sink into the in forward. Release the hands to the floor. Lift the back knee off the floor and walk towards the right side. Step forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Separate the feet with hip apart. And with middle and index finger, we're gonna hook the big toes. Inhale, let's do the halfway lift. And on the exhale, we're gonna bend forward, keeping the knees soft, bringing the elbows into the sides. Keep squeezing the perineum. The navel is tucked in, so we're connecting to the second bandha here. And let's release the clasp. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands. Step into Adho Mukha Svanasana. From here, knees, chest, chin, Bhujangasana. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Right foot forward. Okay, high lunge on the right side. So keeping your back knee really elevated, peel the hands off the floor first. So my hips are squared and I can maybe sink a little bit further, but keep energizing the back leg. Keep the knee really elevated. Okay, you can bring the arms up and add a gentle back bend. You can open through the heart. And then bring the hands down. We're gonna pivot and walk towards the left side, the back of the mat. High lunge on the left side. Okay, test the waters first. So hands off the mat, maybe on the thigh, ensuring that you keep tension in that back leg, and then having the stability. Then we can add that back bend. And again, it might be that you're quite comfortable here and you're not ready to go into the back bend. So if you need that support, remember to roll the shoulders back, keep the chest open, and keep supported, pressing with the hands. They can be really quite close to the groin, to the hip crease. Okay, bring the hands down, pivot, and drop the knee to the floor. Parivrita Parshva Konasana. So we're going to start with right hand on the right hip. We're going to bring the left forward. We're going to twist. Position your left forearm onto the thigh and then hands into the prayer position. And you can stay here. Remember to have your shoulders away from the ears. If you want to lift that back knee off the floor, or keep it supported by the floor. Looking over the shoulder, right shoulder. Okay, let's go into the center. Drop your hands, lift the knee, walk towards the left side of the body. Drop the right knee to the floor, come into the Anjaneyasana, and finding that length by extending your right arm forward. Twist. Twist comes from the waist. And then maybe lifting that knee, maybe supporting it by the floor and looking over the left shoulder. Use your bandhas, pelvic floor elevated, navel drawn in. Let's drop the knee, square yourself, plant your hands, pivot, and walk towards the right side. Plant your hands, step into the down dog. We'll stay 5 breaths in Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Fingertips, so your fingers are spread. We try to move or press the mat away. Remember, outside rotation of the shoulders, avoiding hyperextension in the elbows. Dropping the knees to the floor and coming into the kneeling position. So we're going to go into the Ustrasana or camel pose. Camel pose is a back bend and it's a great heart opening asana, and we can be doing it in 2 stages. So the first stage is you can use your block the brick, and with the first stage you can position it on the top of your shins, and you can use it to, you may need to find the shorter edge or the longer edge. So you can use it as a prompt to elevate and then engage your glutes. Stretch the throat. And gently coming out, removing one arm, one hand at a time. Okay, just note, if you need extra cushioning under the knees, you can maybe roll the mat, layer it, or position something, the blanket, the towel underneath, so it's not that, so it's not digging into the, especially if you're on a hard surface. Okay, second stage, the full stage. I'm tucking in the toes and I'm going to start with one hand at a time. So I want to reach with my left hand the ankle or the heels, and then I'm going to reach with the other side. And breathe. Keep engaging with the legs, that's important. And when you're ready, you can stay for a bit more breath. When you're ready, releasing one hand at a time. And let's decompress. So if you had folded your mat, make it flat. And let's get straight into Balasana, the child's pose. Your arms can be extended forward. Your arms could be extended backward. And the next inhale, peel the forehead, plant your hands, step into the plank, and lower yourself fully onto the floor, laying on the belly. Shift the elbows under the shoulders and press with the forearms into the mat. And stretch the throat, roll the shoulders back, keep pressing with the forearms, lifting the upper body. Keep toes pointed, so you're engaging with the legs, and then exhale, release. Move your hands under the shoulders and bring the chest away from the floor. Roll the shoulders back. If you're somewhere here, remember to start opening through the chest. So we want to hug the elbows and then stretch through the throat. Exhale, release. And press into Balasana, the child's pose. On the next inhale, peel the forehead off the floor and transition into the seated. Extend your legs forward, and we're gonna prepare for Ardha Matsyendrasana, half Lord of the Fishes pose, starting on the right side. Right foot close to the buttocks, then cross. Left heel towards the right buttocks. Inhale, right arm up behind you, opening up. And with your left elbow, we're gonna try to press and use it as a leverage. So we want to have something to dig into that will allow us to have that twist. We need to resist into something to be able to go further into the twist. Okay, exhale back into the center, counter twist. Release your legs forward, the left side. Exactly the same. Cross, bend. But this time we're going to be opening through the left, so left arm goes up. Behind you, we're going to open, rotate the shoulder, and then with that right elbow, you want to press into the thigh, keeping your chest open and trying not to collapse in the chest, nor round through the back. Keep your shoulder blades engaged, and we're trying to look over the left shoulder. And exhale into the center, counter twist to the other side. Back into the center, release your legs forward. Create the diamond shape, and we're going to wind down the energy. So interlacing the fingers, bringing them on the top of the toes. Inhale. Bring that fresh air into the lungs, and on the exhale, fold gently forward. And go to whatever place and space that you're gonna land. Remember that we have all different range of movements.
We have different bodies, the different shapes of the bodies that will dictate our maximum range of movement. And also our environment, our constitution, that all has an impact on where we are with our practice. Trying not to get attached to the practice. Remember non-attachment. And just taking every single asana at a time and noticing the sensations, noticing what parts of the body working, and gently coming out, bringing yourself into Sukhasana. Could be half lotus or full lotus. Positioning your hands on the knees. Bringing your awareness into the heart. Just feel the heartbeat. Slow down the heartbeat. Slow down your breath. Make it deeper. And just pay attention to the physical body, the sensations that you feel in the physical body. Notice the mental body, so the thoughts, the mindset. And also pay attention to any emotions, any feelings that you may experience right now in this moment. Again, we are not trying to conceptualize what we feel, not putting labels, just noticing as a witness. Very gently open the gaze. Bring the palms in front of the heart. And finish the practice with bowing forward. Namaste.